What is the most likely end game of this DHS drama? Is a 2-month CR realistic?
But that's not an end. That's not an end. A 2-month CR is not an end. A 2-month CR is a continuation of uncertainty. And they ought to just face the fact that this president has the right to do what he has done by executive action. He has the right in the law by legal authority as well as by precedent of other presidents. And they want to overturn that using the Constitution and the rest and saying, therefore, they're not going to fund Homeland Security. The very first responsibility we have. It's hard to understand, but 2 months is nothing. And as their leader said, why do we have to do that? What was it? Why do we have to do that? So if they don't understand why we have to do that, they don't understand that maybe 100,000 people will be without pay. People who, more importantly, who should be at work protecting the American people. How would they like to be without pay because they're not protecting the American people by honoring their oath of office? So it is a 2 months is not an end. An end is to pass the bill clean, just as they did. Now, there's should be a recognition that 11 appropriations bills were arrived at in a bipartisan way that we supported. Only this one is the one that they've held up. And in December, when they decided to have a CR, a continuing resolution, the Promnibus, cute, they said, oh, we're going to do it in January. And as I've said to you before, that was December. Oh, we're going to do it in January. January, Je suis Charlie, the whole world was galvanized around this issue of anti-terrorism and domestic safety and Homeland Security, except, again, the hermetically sealed chamber of the House of Representatives, where they came back and instead of just moving with it, they dug in their heels.
Clarify your call for a clean bill. How is that different than saying you're willing to shut down Homeland Security to protect illegal immigrants from deportation?
Just as I said, perhaps you weren't listening. The president has the legal authority to do what he did. He has it by the law, and that has been recognized in court cases under other presidents. And so he has it under legislation, he has it under legal affirmation of that, and he has it under the precedent of other presidents. And that would be the biggest protectors were President Reagan and President George Herbert Walker Bush with their initiative over and above what the Congress did. So it's not a question of protecting illegal people in our country. It's a question of respecting the authority of the President of the United States to do. Did you hear anything from them on Reagan, President Bush, President George W. Bush, one of the greatest champions for immigration reform in our country when he did this? So this is not a reason, this is an excuse, and it's a very poor one to say, I'm not going to honor my first responsibility because I have a problem. And as the President has said, if you don't like what I have done, pass a bill.